Hello, this is Tina Gote, and this is my discussion board post for teacher dismissal. A summary of the scenario. Mr. Johnson was a social studies teacher, previously earned tenure in Kansas prior to state legislature eliminating teacher tenure when teachers become at-will employees with limited due process rights. Principal Davis at Eisenhower Middle School arranged for his transfer to Truman Middle School without formally addressing his deficiencies. Mr. Johnson's exhibited ongoing performance issues included failure to follow the curriculum and lack of student engagement, poor classroom management, unprofessional behavior in staff meetings. At Truman Middle School, Principal Chan documented multiple infractions that included inaccurate instruction, absenteeism from mandatory training, inappropriate classroom discipline. Despite opportunities for improvement, Mr. Johnson's performance remained subpar, leading the superintendent and school board to pursue termination. Citing due process and just cause, the district followed legal procedures, but Mr. Johnson contested his dismissal, claiming wrongful termination. Assuming you're a first-year principal, and how would I handle Mr. Johnson? Prior to the transfer of Mr. Johnson to Eisenhower Middle School, Mr. Johnson at Eisenhower Middle School, leadership could have addressed his performance issues and rather should not have passed them on. One, he could have a formal meeting and discuss concerns, outline the district expectations for instructional quality and professionalism, referencing the Florida statute of teacher evaluations. Two, create a performance improvement plan, a PIP, included a 30, 60, 90-day timeline that includes specific deficiencies and strategies to promote proper student engagement. Highlighting in this PIP, I would highlight the follow-up plan to check in with progress reports or meetings through classroom walkthroughs and submit lesson plans for review and schedule feedback sessions. Under case law Laudermill 1985, the teachers provide fair notice and opportunity to improve. Mr. Johnson was passed off to TMS. Moving ineffective teachers is known as a lemon law, the lemon dance, and ultimately suffered in the end. What suggestions do you have regarding Mr. Davis and how he could be handled to avoid that? To continue from the previous page, I would include those three things that I mentioned, including the PIP. I would also outline and target professional development with coaching and classroom support with an instructional coach or peer mentorship to arrange model lessons. That way he can see it, practice it, and do. And then ensure teacher attends mandatory professional development and document any attendance and participation. So if he doesn't show up for these mandatory trainings, it should be documented properly. And then there will be ongoing evaluations and accountability. Provide written feedback. If improvements are made, continue to support him in his development. If minimal effort is made, initiate formal disciplinary action following the progressive disciplinary actions that are for the school. Number 3, discuss ethics and leadership regarding the article. Ethical leadership requires transparency, fairness, and adherence to due process in handling teacher performance issues. Instead of engaging in the lemon dance, transferring a problem to another school, Principal Davis should have implemented a performance improvement plan that targeted professional development while documenting issues thoroughly. Ethical leaders should prioritize student learning and teacher accountability while maintaining professionalism and fairness. Pressuring teachers to leave without due process is a violation of the teacher's right and undermines the integrity of professionalism of the profession as well. In addition, it opens the district to legal liability and it harms the student outcomes. So you're just transferring one problem to another and now impacting the students in different places. Based on this scenario, does Mr. Johnson have a wrongful termination case against the district? No. Why? Because just cause has been established. Principal Chen followed the standard for just cause for terminating a tenured or continuing contract teacher. Chen documented incompetence, misconduct, and failure to fulfill professional duties. Supporting termination for just cause under Florida statutes 1012.33 relating to contract with instructional staff and 1012.34 relating to teacher performance evaluations and remedies. I've gone ahead and identified some of the types of contracts that we have in Florida. In Florida public school, teachers are not at will. They work under contracts that determine their status and rights and protections. Tenure protections have been weakened due to the state's reforms in 2011. Teachers are evaluated under performance systems tied to test scores. Teachers on an annual contract can be non-renewed without cause at the end of the school year. Teachers with professional service contracts or tenure can be fired for just cause, such as incompetence, misconduct, or insubordination. However, they are entitled to due process hearings that include notice, explanation of charges, and a hearing. That concludes my post. Thank you so much and have a good day.